ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho.
Merry Christmas!
Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas, everybody! And this is Record Label Boss with your boy Avio on the microphone on the 23rd of December. Can you believe it that we already have almost done a year of Record Label Boss? That's together with you and, of course, with your boy Avio on the mic and with a remembrance plate for my boy Dr. Scandy, who just passed away last Saturday. So big up to Dr. Scandy. We're going to keep this on here to remember him. And Merry Christmas to all of you. And this is the Merry Christmas A&R show with your boy Avio. And this is Record Label Boss, the show that you've all been waiting for. And today we're going to have a really good a few good submissions. This has been a very, very, very difficult year for everybody, but we're hoping to end it on a hopeful note, and we're hoping that we're gonna go ahead and have some artists get a recording deal today. We're gonna review music from all over the world because that's what we do here. That's our work. So welcome to Record Label Boss with Avio. How you doing, everybody? Alrighty. I hope you're doing good. I'm seeing that I'm sending. Everything seems to be fine. So that's good. And if you know how this show works, then you know we're going to do it in 2 rounds. In the first round, we're going to play music for you, and if you like it, you say yes, and if you don't like it, you say no. Just like Try Fail Repeat did here. Give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down or a yes or no or just a smiley face or whatever. Welcome Try Fail Repeat. Welcome Beer Belly Bird. And the Christmas show is a Weird Wednesday. That, you know, that says a lot. Because it's been a weird year. It's certainly been a very weird year. That is all I can say about that. And we're gonna go ahead and welcome everybody from around the world, wherever you are. Thank you so much for watching Record Label Boss this whole year and being with me and my boy Scandy over here. Thank you so much for joining us, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start reviewing and we're gonna start talking and we're gonna have a good time because that's what Christmas is all about, right? Okay, guys, welcome to Weird Wednesdays. On the Christmas show, I promised you I was gonna do some decorations, and I did. Look at all of these wonderful Christmas decorations that I hung up. Those are like blinking lights. Look at that. I attached them. Very lovingly put this, what I can only deduce to be a cat. It could be something else. It could be a hamster. You know, the Japanese people, they're like really interesting. This is Santa Claus. You got a tree. And then, of course, you got Santa with a big sack over here, standing above your chat. All right. So the first song we're going to review on this show is going to be Colin Taylor and the Blue Jets with their song At Least I Ain't Dead. Oh, my God. Isn't that the motto of 2020? And some of us have died, and it's not funny. And I just got off a call with another person who died. They were not related to the label, but they were from my family. So it has been a very difficult year. What can I say? That's all I can say. It was something. Okay. That is Weird Wednesday.
At least I ain't dead.
And Beer Belly says, I approve of the decorations, but the intro is just a decent effort again. I see Geta isn't here yet, so have you thought about her as a background
At
dancer?
least I ain't dead.
Oh yeah. But you have to convince her.
Lying 10 feet in the
Totally,
ground.
like you have to convince her. You
I
have
got
to
my
tell her.
life to be free now, Lord.
All right, I gotta put this chat over the browser or
I shall not put it to waste.
bust it. She's here. Yeah. Oh my God. You should totally talk to Geta about the possibility of being a background dancer. Like right here, she could be doing And she is a good dancer, and she likes to dance. Thank you for following Amadare710. Wow, those are so many icons.
Give you the
Oh, the follow is kind of like obfuscated by Santa Claus. Wow. What the fuck is this? Okay. I think I'm going to say no to this song. I'm not really sure what this is. What I'm going to say to this poor guy. It's a Christmas stream, for God's sake. Decent effort. Merry Christmas song is okay, but out of sync on many things and also out of key. All the best and cheers. Now I'm talking like a total retard. Wow. Because I'm like, I just got off the phone with one of my friends. With one of my relatives. His mother just died, and I seem to be getting calls from people that have died like a lot, like these last 2 days. So that's been super difficult. All right, next one. Tough Ghost, USA Collapsing Stars. And that one's supposed to be electro pop. Okay, try, fail, repeat. Has a proposal for Geta. We have to talk. How would you like another duck dinner? Oh, that's very interesting. Geta, no. You could totally do another duck dinner with me. This is your chance, Geta, if you're listening. She has like a little bit of an attention span problem. Like she's like on a tablet, on 2 phones, watching TV, and on and another device, the Twitch is running, My joints are all destroyed, came with extra years on this. That is the wrong answer, Geta. Your answer should be yes. Donate the duck and you will totally see me dance. That should be the answer. And I feel like I'm becoming an anime streamer or something. I'm surrounded by so many Toon characters. Is this a cat? Is this a cat? Or is it a hamster? Is anybody like anime person? Because I can never tell what these animals are. It's a cat, it has a tail. Yeah, well, a hamster has a tail too, right? Looking at the video, I can certainly understand that you can try, might fail, but you can repeat until you get success. You're so bad. The cat, it's a cat. Okay. Mice have tails, hamsters don't? Really? How come you know so much about animals, Beer? Wow. Okay, so because it has a tail, it's a cat. Okay, this song is gonna be a no. And Emma Mill says hi. Hi, Emma. Decent effort. Interesting. Artistically. Some out of sync moments and improvable instruments with a bit lacking chorus. All the best and cheers. I feel like it's kind of like a sausage thing. Boring music, yeah. The cat ears might have given it away too. Okay, so you do believe that these are cat ears? They could be hamster ears, right? Hamsters have ears too. And mice. Mice have ears, like mice ears, mouse ears. Mice, mouse, mice. But, you know. Okay. But they don't have arms, you know? I mean, who has arms? Look, this dude clearly has arms. And he's holding them like this, you know? And he's doing this. Ah! That's a Japanese hentai cat dressed up. Cat ears are pointy and triangular. Is it triangular? I guess so. Today it's a Spot the Animal Day. Okay, we're listening to John DeStace music. Incandescent, acoustic.
Ho, ho, ho.
I'm really bad at lip syncing. I'm gonna try this again.
Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho.
I don't know. I'm never gonna be in my own music video. Hentai censored? No, it's not on my channel. It's clear word everywhere. It would be only your client. Okay, this is a bit too random from John here. What are we gonna say to him? I feel like it lacks togetherness. Decent effort.
Ho, ho, ho.
Merry Christmas!
Track seems to lack a bit of togetherness and flows mostly randomly to various sonic parts. All the best and cheers. Okay, next one. Is it Spot the Animal Day? Shall we time how long it takes for Greta to point out the tiger behind the desk? Who's the tiger behind the desk? Okay, this is Roman Casper, season ticket holder. Okay. It is Weird Wednesday. The submissions so far have been
Ho, ho, ho.
oh. Okay, okay, no. Pooh. Decent effort. Song lacks a classical structure and melodic elements that make it identifiable. All the best and cheers. It's mostly just a bit of noise. Does lack. Oh yeah, boy. Me and my typing. Does lack. Okay. Hey Avio, Merry Wednesday. Hey Mike, Merry Wednesday. And I saw you you decided to go with Tanya as your manager. Congrats on that. And thank you, Super Soaker Surfer, for Take My Energy. That is like the second time you did that. I remember everybody who donates. And this is Ticket to Mars from Australia with freedom over dollar signs. Yeah, not totally bad. Hey, is this Santa dude? This dude blinking on your screen? Because he's blinking on my screen. Like there's something wrong with him. He's like boop, boop, blinking, you know? Okay, can I do this here? I can! Okay. That's an icon from a different channel. He's blinking and we both need a beer. Santa is blinking. Yeah, I'm a god. It's a blinking Santa, you know? And I don't know why. I just put him there and said, Santa, do your duty, you know? And he keeps like doing this, you know. So this song is pretty chill. I think we can put him up in the second, huh? You like this a lot? Good. We'll put him in the second. Mr. Ticket to Mars. Australia. Songwriter, performer, dad and husband. Yep, okay. Good. Polly likes the flange guitar parts. Good, good. We are in agreement. It cost me 3,000, but you're still not drinking a beer? Oh, sorry. I'm not entirely sure I can see these messages. Hold on, I have to go to Twitch. Why do I again not see these messages? Hold on, just a second. Give me a second. There's something wrong. Okay, let's pass this guy in the second round. That was pretty good. Let's listen to Niktar next. I'm not seeing anything here. I didn't see it. No, it actually didn't come on the chat. And I have somewhere here.
You like my mood dark.
Okay, I see it here in the activity feed. Yep. Try, fail, repeat, redeemed it 2 minutes ago. Why did that not show up in the chat? That is so weird. Yes, bring it, please. That is so weird. Okay. I need the activity feed here, really. Okay. I'll keep it open on Twitch then, I guess. Why would it not show the feed in here? Hold on, I'm gonna check this problem. If anybody, one of you is like a super person that knows a lot about this shit, let me know. Blam blam blam. Show activity or something? Is it like that? No? Press record and mix it into the intro and just do.
Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho!
Yeah, interesting. Okay. So, yep. That didn't come up for whatever reason. It didn't come up on the chat that you had redeemed your boss points. No idea why. By Niktar. Niktar. I don't think I'm gonna. Decent effort. Interesting. Artistically. Lacking a bit of identifiable sonic elements and and structure listeners can get into. All the best and cheers. It's just very easy to make this kind of experimental music, because when people say they make experimental music, mostly what they mean is we're gonna make music that's just not very good, and call it experimental because it's just so easy. It's like you sing a little bit, you do this, you do that, and boom, there you go. You know, I have a lot of respect for experimental music makers when they really do it, but when they're just, you know, shit in a corner and call it art, that's not me, you know. Next one is Supesu Neuf from the Netherlands. Neuf.
Mission complete, Houston. After
Go Dragon Go
the space shuttle earned its place in history.
from Nat
Final stop.
Having
Electropop.
fired the imagination of a generation, a ship like no other, its place in history secured.
And we've got a lot of
the
these
space
things,
shuttle pulls into port
like a little bit of
last
music
time.
with
Its voyage
astronaut
had an end.
talking over it. That's got to be like the 10th song from various people, and everybody thinks that's a really great idea. You know, I'm gonna make a very basic progressive house track and put astronaut talk over it, and then it's really cool. So far, it's not good. Yoko Ono's demonic screaming begs to differ. That's right. And Polly says, what's your favorite beer, Avio? Are you allowed to tell us? Of course I am. That actually depends. Hold on. It depends on what I want to do. The beer that I drink the most is probably Buntigama. The beer that I'm going to drink now is Schwächerte. No, it's a Buntigama. Oh, yes, it's cold from the fridge. And this is from a bottle. Thank you. This is from a bottle. So, in terms of bottled beer, you can't see the bottle now, obviously. In terms of bottled beer, Buntigama, the regular one, is probably one of the better beers. So, cheers. In terms of barreled beer, I have a beer tap on my terrace next to the barbecue and the pool, so that when people come and record with me, they can get tap beer and swim, you know. So on the tap, I usually have Reininghaus Pils, which is a beer that you can only get in a barrel. So it's essentially only for wholesale. And it's meant for restaurants because they do make barreled beer that they do not sell in bottles. And when you correctly CO2 it and cool it, it's an awesome beer. And it's one of these beers that make people want to go to a bar or a restaurant because they're like, wow, why does the beer taste so great here? Well, it's easy. Beer makers actually make different barreled beers than canned and bottled beers, and they reserve the better ones for their B2B customers. So you'll get better beer if you buy it in a barrel in many cases, and different kinds. So what I do is every few weeks, I go and I buy 2 50-liter barrels of special beer. That will be the Reininghaus Pils. And that would also be my favorite beer. But it's like impossible to get anywhere other than in my backyard.
Standing by for separation.
And if you know where that brewery is in Austria, and you go there and pick up the barrel yourself, because hardly anybody else sells it. So that will be that. And then of course there's different countries, and I like the beers in different countries, and but I'll that is that. They're both Austrian beers. I think Austrian has the most diversity in beer in the world. I recognize that Czech and Slovak countries have great beer. But Austria has more diversity. So we have everything from rice beer to regular European beer, which most countries don't have. So, and a whole lot of breweries and ready access to brewery shops where you can go and buy the beer there directly at the brewery. And that's actually what I do. I take the van, go to the brewery, and pick up some barrels. And, you know, then I'll start my Progressive House playlist, put some steaks on the grill, and then it's like party time. Okay, this was Supeso Nov. I don't think that's gonna work. Decent effort. Okay, but mostly uneventful track with the basic idea having been submitted to us by various parties a lot. This kind of like this idea of an astronaut song, like every second person has that idea. All right, next William Moody. How to Live Electropop. Thanks for the info. I like Peroni when I can find it. Yeah. Peroni is Italian beer, right? Hold on. Yeah. Then I think the reason why you like Peroni is because you like more the European taste of beer. But Peroni and all of the Italian beers are not very good. Italy is not really known like Birra Morelli and others. They aren't bad, but they're not really known for their like high quality beer, you know. So I'm pretty sure you'd like the real beer better, which you really can't buy in the States because they don't even import it. Because it's mostly too strong. Who, me? Yeah, I like pale ale like once a month. I just like craft beer. So whenever we go to Zagreb, and this is wonderful in Zagreb, Zagreb, capital of Croatia, they have so many craft breweries where you can also eat. So they have these places where you can eat and drink craft beer. And that is really nice. I like that, you know, brew house culture. And you can get these, you know, hearty foods, lots of meat, burgers, barbecued stuff, and drink their craft beer. Excellent. Wonderful. I like that. Ho ho. Yes, Santa is back. Hey, welcome, Noodle.
Merry Christmas!
Ho, ho, ho.
Merry Christmas!
Yes, so if you like to eat and drink craft beers, visit Zagreb. That's right. Zagreb is an awesome city that has a lot to offer. So, since we have a company there and we do stuff there a lot, we're in Zagreb a lot. So if you're ever planning a European vacation, you can like totally hire me to show you around.
Ho, ho, ho.
Okay, I'm gonna say no to this. Decent effort. Vocals are thin and not very powerful. Music is okay, but remains basic. All the best and cheers. And the singing is horrible. Okay, next one. Where's Rin? Hold on to me. Progressive House. Woohoo! But currently it's Stella Artois and Heudegarden in the fridge. Heudegarden. Well, Dutch beer is like... No self-respecting European drinks Dutch beer. But they export it all over the world because they're good businessmen. But their beer is actually horrible. But you're not drinking a beer, can I reclaim? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Chai? Hold on, I'll put it on a back cam. Hold on, where can I put it? Can you see it on the bottom cam? I'm pointing to it. Alrighty. You can't reclaim your boss points. I do everything I'm obliged to do. Hertog Jan or Alpha is great beer. Heineken is horse piss indeed. That's true. Oh, I offended somebody. Thank you, Angelo. You do like it. When I was in America, I drank all of them. And I have to say that it's good to have lighter beers because I was in Virginia, and Georgia and North and South Carolina. And it can be really hot there. And so when it's really hot, you want to have a light beer. So even though I thought I would dislike American beer, it was kind of like okay for me because even when we were barbecuing at like night or like in the evening, it was like hot as shit. And so when it's really, really hot, an American light beer is just wonderful, you know? Because it's like mostly water and very light, and it tastes okay. A lot of it is actually based on rice as a grain. So yeah, it's okay. It's not horrible. And Trifail prefers Hefeweiss. Yeah, white beer is very interesting. A lot of people really, really like white beer. And other people really hate it. I like it, but not too much. The reason why I said that I like Pontigammer and Reininghaus is because you can drink unlimited amounts of them. You can literally drink 20 of these beers and not get, fed up with it. If I drink Hefeweiss, like 20 half-liter beers, you're like, too loud. The taste becomes too much, overpowering. So I like beer that has its own taste, but not too much, There's some beers that I really adore, like Hirta Mocher, which is a dark beer, but I can only drink 2 bottles of that before I'm like, oh my god, too much of that super overpowering, very strong flavor, yeah, and like all of the dark beers, very flavorful, very good, very rich and full taste, but you can't really just, yeah, and the reds too. Everything that has its own very, very distinct taste. How much can you drink of it? 1 or 2, and then you're like... And then Pontigammer Reininghaus, you can drink like as many as you want. You can drink them all night. And it'll be fine. They're like in the middle between American beers, which are almost flavorless, and the very flavorful, like Hefeweiss, or the dark beers, or the red beers. Decent effort. Okay track with some good parts, but also some improvable ones and a more with an improvable chorus. All the best and cheers. But at least it has a chorus. Okay. Oh my god, what did this guy do? This is Theo. Always Christmas in my heart, 80s rock. Okay. And today we're talking about beer on the Merry Christmas stream.
Ho, ho, ho.
And is your favorite drink beer? Or is it cider? Or shots? Or whiskey? Which I seem to be unable to get into. I'm like, when I drink shots, I'm like more like a vodka person, you know? Unless it's a really, really good liquor, then I'd rather go with a vodka that has a very distinct but clear taste. Actually, like rum. Like a 12-year-old rum from an oak barrel. That is like really awesome. And try, fail, repeat is like a beer person? Okay. Yeah, and I'm drinking beer on the stream, you know? Something that in many countries you probably couldn't do. In Austria, you can drink beer everywhere, you know? That was so weird. I went to America. Ojusko, that's right. Ouzo. I'm the only Greek who doesn't like ouzo. Never did. My grandfather, my cousins, everybody in Greece drinks ouzo, like all the fucking time. And I really hate that anise, you know, that spice that's made out of ouzo, you know. I really don't like it, you know. So everybody who wants to do me a favor is like, yeah, George, come on. We got some ouzo here for you. And I'm like, no. No. Please, no. And everybody's like, yeah, let's... I bought you ouzo. I'm like, nah, please don't. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, I don't like it. It's never been my... I can drink it, don't get me wrong. If I'm in Greece and the family puts it up and everything, yeah, I'll drink it, but not, you know, I would certainly not go to the store and buy it, other than for cooking and other stuff, you know, you actually need it in some Greek recipes and things like that. Yeah, but Gaetano said the other day we were watching night talk show on Austrian national TV, and they were getting drunk with wine. Yeah. Austria has a great culture of interacting with drinks. You cannot see that anywhere but in Austria. Yeah, like rakia, that's right. Austria has a very liberal attitude towards alcohol. It's a very open with alcohol and very unpopular drugs country. It's always Christmas in my heart. Okay. Okay. Decent effort. Okay, song with vocals that could be improved in delivery and tonality. Music is okay, but basic. All the best and cheers. Is okay, but lacks a chorus. Yeah, that's what I probably more say. Okay, this is Verso Consone. Was Loving You from France. Commercial. Let's hear it. And arakia, by the way, is the Slavic word for what you call it in English? Liquors? Schnapps. Spirits. Spirits, you would probably say. That's right. And I've never been a big wine man, but since Geta likes wine so much, I kind of like got into wine as well. And it's okay now, you know. I try to learn a little bit about wine. But I'm not like a huge wine dude. Like, no. More like tasting and interesting and but when I have the choice, I will always drink mostly beer. Yeah.
We don't hurt each other anymore. We only talk. Say you would let me go. Yeah, please don't scare. If you could say these words, I will be there.
There.
Hey, will my love, love, love. I'm giving all the color.
Because it sounds like the person is putting their tongue to their front teeth. And speaking with something of a lisp. But then again, she says you shouldn't, you know. So I'm thinking they're intentionally doing it. Because when they can't make certain sounds. And Gaetano likes Sia, okay. Then we should totally sign her. No, it's too basic. It's a bit of singing and a bit of music and decent effort. Okay, track with music that remains basic and vocals that remain basic. Track feels mostly empty. All the best and cheers. And this is Nocto. Can I Dream? Nocto is from Iceland.
Ho, ho, ho.
It's not the first submission from Iceland, but it's certainly one of the few. It's like the third submission from Iceland. Yeah, me too. I'm songwriter first and singer second, you know. Even though I have a great singing voice, I hardly use it. Okay, there's a disharmonic part. Ay, 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 that is so horrible. Bong, bong, bong. It's always so interesting to me when people don't realize their disharmonic parts, you know? When they're combining two tracks of instruments or melodies and they're completely out of harmony / key. And they just happily let them sit there. So, no. Oh. Pepe Monzon, Cinematic Epic. And it's gonna be background sound effects instead of an actual thunder. Na 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 na. Dun, 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 dun. It's almost a song. Inception horn blares. Yeah. That was it? Oh, come on. You know, why are they always doing that? They think that anything that has okay, good. Decent effort. Submitted piece is mostly sound effects rather than an actual song. All the best and cheers. A lot of people just submit sound effects, you know, and they're like, yeah, that's cinematic music, but it's not. Good beginning and then downhill, yeah. It's Weird Wednesday. I totally forgot that. What can I say? You know?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Merry Christmas!
Ah!
Ho, ho, ho.
Okay, this is Vox Initium. It need to tell the story, yeah? Vox Initium, blah 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 blah, Progressive House. Okay. Why are people forgetting song need to tell a story? Because they're not listening to my show. It's people that don't listen to my show. So, it's the world population minus the people that are on record label, boss. And these people are like, you know, not entirely sure what they should do on a demo. That's why everybody should listen to, enjoy my show. But in all seriousness, you know, a lot of people don't know how to successfully, or what's important in a demo, and they keep submitting things that will never make it, and nobody tells them. And when somebody tells them, they're like pissed off about it. So they're in a catch-22 where they can't really get better. And that effect that I talked about last time, I forgot again what it was. And I love these ones because they're so compact. I used to have mugs that were like higher, but these mugs are incredibly cool because they can fit under a lot of stuff. So if you have a short tap or a tap that isn't that big, you know, you can fit these under anything. Plus they keep the beer cool longer. When you have the higher ones, the beer tends to warm up more. And this is actually the like original Austrian beer mug form. Because you can even hold it like this because it has these knobs, you know, like for fingers, you know. So you can grab these in any angle and actually hold them without the handle, which is very convenient. You know, you can pick them up in any way, which you couldn't with a just simply flat and straight glass. Wow, I'm teaching drinking on the internet. Like, Mommy, I found this man. He was drinking on the internet. And he told me how to hold my glass. Okay. I'm gonna say no to this guy. Next one, Old Guard's Taste. Supposed to be Americana. By the way, how are you gonna spend Christmas? What I want to know is, What are you gonna eat for Christmas, and what are you gonna drink for Christmas? You know my obsession with food and drink, you know? And I want to know what Beer Belly is gonna do for Christmas. So beer, if you're listening, tell me what you're gonna do for Christmas. Are you celebrating it? What are you eating? What are you drinking? Take a nice break. Yeah, everybody does that. Eating food cooked from home. Yeah, but what? Oh. Just the usual. Yeah, but what is that? Rice? Okay, rice. Stir-fried veggies, yeah. Stir-fried meats, okay. Is stir-fried really popular with you? Pork bone and corn broth? Yep. I think that wok cooking is really awesome, but I have like a wok that you can put on the stove, but I think for proper wok cooking you need a lot of heat. You need to like have a blaring hot wok to stir fry udon. Yeah. That is something I really want to get into, is, you know, what is generalized as Asian cooking, which there is really no Asian cooking, but there's like 20 different types of cooking in that part of the world. But China seems to have a great variety of styles. And depending on where the countries are, they seem to have like more fish-based and more vegetable-based or more... Yeah, there isn't such a thing as Chinese. I know. Yeah. It's just like if you say there's European cooking, you know. Every European will laugh at you. Because European cooking is completely different whether you're in Sweden or Croatia. There's like nothing similar about it. And that's what I want to learn about, you know, the different provinces in China and how they cook. Because here in Europe, what they sell in all of the Chinese restaurants is mostly, as I've been told, Sichuan food. Because my uncle is a cook and manager of a cruise ship, and that's what he said, and I believe him. On Christmas we eat fish, says Gaetano. It's a fasting day, but tomorrow fish fillet. Yeah, I'm gonna cook it. So tomorrow's gonna be a fish and potatoes with potato salad and fried fish is gonna be tomorrow, because it's a fasting day for the Croatian Catholics. You're telling me borscht isn't the type of French onion soup? Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's exactly what it is. When people are all like, you know, oh, it's Chinese cooking, you know. That is actually completely true. And if you look at the differences between Russian kitchen and I don't know, Swedish and then Greek, I mean, there are some similarities, but it is very, very different. Grappa and oysters on a half shell. Yeah, Italian is wonderful. Gaetano is a huge fan of Italian kitchen. Everything Italian, she loves it, you know. I like actually more Croatian and Greek. Okay, this song is bad. And I like the Austrian kitchen because the hallmark of the Austrian kitchen is that it is extremely varied, because the Austrian Empire used to span almost all of Europe. So it's like a fusion kitchen in the best sense of the word. Austrian food is like a fusion of everything European. And this is why it's so cool. Okay, so for Christmas this I'm probably having the usual, but with way more meat. Okay. Sweet and sour pork might be on the table. Good. I like that. And I never know what's actually authentic Chinese food and what the people have just invented for Chinese restaurants in the West, you know. Okay, this is a no. And I also like Thai food and everything that's a little bit spicier. Big fan of chilies. Can't forget the char siu we do. Huh? No, I haven't. What is that? It's Cantonese barbecued pork. Mmm. That sounds good. I never had it. You know, I've been everywhere. I've been in like many countries of the world. I would say over 35. Okay, it's not more than, you know, some people will have been in more countries, but still. But I've never been anywhere in and around China. No, it's not a remix, they say. Michael Pine versus Shannon. Yeah, I'm not really where to get it, beer. That's the question, you know. There's a Chinese restaurant not like 10 minutes away from my house, but I really don't know. But I'll try to remember. But I'm not sure what they all have there, you know. One Cantonese style restaurants. Only Cantonese style. Yeah. That's like a lot of times people want to do me a favor and they bring me to Greek restaurants, you know. Greek restaurants in Germany, Greek restaurants in America, and they're like, let's put him in the second. And they're like, we're bringing you to this wonderful Greek restaurant. And they don't understand that I'm going to be super disappointed, because when you really know how food is supposed to taste like, and then you go to like a fusion Americanized version of the food you're supposed to be, you know, liking, and then you eat that and you're like, it's so good. But really it's horrible, you know? So I end up in this thing to where people want to do me a favor and they're like, drag me to a horrible Greek restaurant and try to give me ouzo. And I don't like any of it. and then I invite them, you know, and I cook some real Greek food for the people, and they're like, ooh, what is that? This is not souvlaki. I'm like, yeah, nobody eats souvlaki. Only freaking tourists eat souvlaki. There's like no normal Greek person eats what you think is Greek food. I had Panda Express once. Their fried rice tasted like cardboard. Yeah. And also, one day, some well-meaning friends of mine in America took me to Olive Garden, you know. Oh, it's the best Italian restaurant we have. And it's like a horrible industrial food place. Where you get like, it's typical for America, you get like huge pieces of bread. Oh, they have this wonderful rosemary bread. You can like flatten it with your fingers. You know, it's like nothing there is even remotely original, you know. And they're like, so how is it? I'm like, yeah, it's interesting. And they're like, you don't know that? I'm like, no. And they're like, have you never been to Italy? And I'm like, yeah, I've been to Italy a lot. But this is not Italian food. And at this point, like 8 people on the table are looking at me, plus the waitress from Olive Garden. And I'm like, what do you want, guys? There's nothing Italian about this. The noodles are wrong, the bread is wrong, the pizza is wrong. The wine is from California. There isn't an Italian thing on the plate here. And then everybody was like, and then I learned that I'm never gonna say something like that again. From then on, I always said, yeah, it's wonderful, thank you. Because they were really disappointed, you know. They thought they were doing me a favor. And I said, please don't take me to European restaurants in America, like ever. And I imagine it's the same thing with Chinese restaurants, you know. And I don't think we have Panda Express here. Oh, my beer's empty.
Ho, ho, ho.
Merry Christmas!
All right. Next one. Daily Insanity, Germany, The Reckoning. So usually when people come to me and I'm cooking Greek, the first thing I give them is tara mosolata. And tara mosolata is fish egg salad. And it's something that the Greeks eat like a lot. My family especially. If you're from the coast, you eat it a lot. And I know that foreigners typically hate this, you know. They're like, oh my god, fish eggs? But it's kind of like caviar in a cream, and you put it on your bread, you know. It's really good. But I always do this to like piss people off. And I'm like, yeah, that's the starter. And then people are like, what? I've never seen this in Greece. And I'm like, yeah, because you go to the fucking German restaurants in Greece where they serve you schnitzel and fried French fries. You know, and I'm like, I'm cooking for you like typical people living in Greece eat. It's going to be salads, it's going to be bread, it's going to be various fish products, various vegetable products, and beers that they serve salmon and flying fish roe in local sushi restaurants. Yeah, it's something that Westerners, you know, can't get over. It's like, and I'm like, dude, caviar, you know caviar? You pay a lot of money for, and you're like, it's so good, it's caviar. And this is that, just like better? Yeah, it's a fish eggs. I'm not sure if I'm gonna eat that, you know? Come on. Italy is olive oil dipped in homemade bread with garlic, cheese, and prosciutto. Yeah, wonderful starters. But I like to baffle people with Greek starters that they are not used to from Greek restaurants, you know. And then what they don't know is that the Greeks actually eat a lot of vegetables. And a lot of people have the assumption that when they go to Greece, or the Greeks eat lamb all the fucking time, or pork, which they don't. They eat vegetables a whole lot. If they're on the coast, they eat a lot of vegetables, little bit of fish, little bit of fish eggs, something like that, with bread and olive oil. That's it. These huge meat plates are very specific to a smaller region of Greece that is more mountainous, where they don't have fish and they don't have so many vegetables because they're so high up. But it's what... Now, hummus is not Greek, no? Hummus is a quintessential Arab dish. But the Greeks have similar things because Greece and the Arab world have very... You know, they've been next door neighbors for a very long time. No, so no. But they're similar. So the chickpeas that are in hummus are used not necessarily as hummus in Greece as the paste for the bread or anything, but they're cooked with in other ways, you know. And Greeks eat a lot of like potted food that used to be like shepherd's food, like a pot with various types of vegetables in it, little bit of meat, and cooked for 12 hours. Yeah. And the main staple is vegetables, olive oil, wine, bread. Bagna calda. What is that? I don't know what bagna calda is. Do you mean baklava? Because baklava is... The Greeks would say baklava is Greek and the Turks would say baklava is Turkish.
With the subtle touch of your courageous words, I try to rise over my fear.
So if you go to Italy, Greece or Croatia, know what to ask, yeah? It's like olive oil mixed with anchovies on bread.
On the bits.
Olive oil mixed with anchovies on bread?
You sit upon the throne. That's what I overthrow all my enemies.
Nope, I couldn't think of anything.
Or more. Now I don't blow. Child of God, carry
Okay, I'm gonna decline this guy right away because I don't want to suffer. All our veggies here get the oyster sauce, soy sauce, ginger, garlic, stir-fry treatment. Yeah, I love that combo, by the way, beer. That is wonderful. I always try to have oyster sauce, soy sauce in my fridge, you know. I just recently ran out of oyster sauce. So that's really horrible for me. Like minced anchovies and oil mixture served on hot like a soft bread. No, I've never heard of that. Nope.
The days have been brighter.
Sorry, Polly.
I felt less alone. But I am a fighter.
And of course, so after the taramo salata,
I'm playing with fire.
I like to make various fish, small fish, rolled in salt and flour and fried in olive oil. And these are these little fish that you eat as a whole, with the head and everything. And the Greeks eat them also as a starter, like French fries, you know. And it's the second thing I like to make to throw people off. So after the taramo salata, they get the small fried fish. And then they all ask me, oh, how do you eat this? I'm like, very easy. You put it in the mouth and eat it, you know? And they're like, what, with the head? I'm like, yeah, with the head and the tail and the fins and everything, you know? And people are like, what? So great. Wonderful. I love it. And you can do this with a lot of fish, you know? Because it's not only done with like small sardines or something, also with sardella and other generally smaller fish, you know. Smaller fish whole fried is what the Greeks also eat. Like whole fish salted, flour in the olive oil, and then with some bread you eat the fish. Boom. And that is served nowhere in Europe because all the Westerners think that eating a fish with the head is like unnatural and you're gonna like die or something. So I like to do that.
Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh my god, it's another band that's signing all of their tracks to different labels. So annoying. Okay, I'm gonna put him in second anyway, but let's see. Polydoos. In Croatia we have salted anchovy, sardella, but whole not minced, dipped in olive oil and preserved. That's right. It was typically breakfast in Dalmatia in old times, yeah? Yeah, that's a lot of people that go to the Mediterranean and that are Central Europeans don't want to have anything to do with the culture of fish. Yeah, it's a remix, you know. No. So, you know, you go to Greece and you ignore vegetables and you ignore fish and seafood. That means you're ignoring 80% of what they actually make, and you're focusing on the 20% which they hardly ever eat because it's meat. And then you say, yeah, I want that, which is totally cool. You want to eat it, go ahead and eat it. But don't think that that is how people in Greece eat every day, you know. And Greedy, oh, what a horrible username, Greedy M. As how many artists do you have signed? Wow, I'd say about 40. We have and had and will have. We have about 15 releasing artists. And I'd say about 30 signed. And something like that, yeah? Haven't counted it lately. We've been doing a lot this year, 2020. I need to keep count. And then, of course, we have subsidiary labels which also sign artists, so it's... But our goal is to become a 100 plus independent label, because I think that is the size at which you can be economically viable. And Beer Belly Bird says, Greek cuisine sounds so interesting. Unfortunately, I've only had gyro. I'm guessing they're on the same territory as Souvlaki, yes. There's actually two groups of people that eat gyro. Tourists and young drunk Greeks when they're coming home from a party. Because it's the typical, like, late night, the only thing that has open is the little concession stand with a gyro, you know? It's kind of like on the go food, coming home from the party food. It's not something that people, you know, go to a restaurant and order. That's kind of like if you go to a restaurant and order, I don't know, 3 slices of bologna. It's how can I say? It's something that most Greeks only eat if they don't have another choice, you know. If you can't eat proper food because nobody's cooking, all the restaurants are closed, you just go to the corner to the little dude in his, you know, small wagon that's making gyro or souvlaki, and you say, you know, Yanni, Ria souvlaki barakalo. But it's not restaurant food. And then they kind of like made it into restaurant food and stuff. But it is eaten by Greeks. Gyro is definitely something. Souvlaki even less. Souvlaki is mostly tourist food. There's the amount of times I've seen a Greek eat souvlaki is like probably can count it on one hand. Gyro is more popular, especially in Saloniki and other large cities. Kids mostly eat gyro a lot. It's kind of like their burger. And Ketano says you eat gyro when you're at 3 a.m. when you're drunk and you're obvious and you need something fed in your belly besides alcohol. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. But it's not what the Greeks eat when they say, let's come together and have a special meal, you know. And depending on where the family is from, their special meal will vary. If they're from inland, if they're from the mainland, if they're from the mountains, they will probably go with grilled lamb or grilled goat or something like that, you know. Or depending on their region, they might go with an entirely vegetable meal. Or if they're from the Greek islands or the Greek seashore, they will want to have fish. So the typical Greek family feast will be completely different foods depending on where these Greeks are from. It just so happens that the tourists mostly interact with Greeks that are either insular Greeks from the islands or on the seashore because they're going there to swim. But not everybody in Greece lives on the water, you know? So, I think it's kind of like China, you know? Depending on what region you are, the kitchen can be really different. And Hey Avio says, Paulie, while I'm thinking of it, can you recommend a simple video editor? Oh, I used to use my tablet, but since I bought a camera, I need something for my computer. Do you have a Mac or a PC? Because on Mac, you can do with iMovie. It's free and really good. If you want to upgrade a little bit, you can do with Final Cut Pro, which I'm using. Very good also. On the PC, there is... Damn it, what is it called? There's a free video cutting program on the PC that I used, and it was pretty good. Beerbelly says, I guess the Hong Kong equivalent would be really cheap, unhealthy, but delicious street side dim sum like curry fish balls and siu ma shrimp dumpling. Yeah, you know, the things that they taste great. They're sold on the roadside. You eat them as you pass by or you come home from something, but you're not going to sit down with your family and have that, you know. Well, do you use on my tablet iMovie? Yeah, tablet is a tough cookie. PC video cutting soft. Hold on, I'll find it. What was it called? It was called... Damn it, I forgot. No, it wasn't called... Damn it, I forgot. PC Video... Final Edit Editor Pro. Open Shot. No, it wasn't that. PC, so let's type free. Shotcut. That's what it was, Shotcut. I was using Shotcut. And that was actually pretty good. Shotcut. And while I was working on PC, I was using Shotcut, and I was always okay with it. It's free and can do everything you need. Takes a little bit of time of getting used to. Tanya said I couldn't submit video from my tablet, although it's 1080p. The camera is also 1080p. And Getano says I'm missing burek. We should go to that bakery and buy burek. Yeah, burek is really good. But it's not good and overpriced, yeah. Same with the Greek food. All the Greek food you get here is incredibly overpriced and not very good. But, yeah, but the dumplings and the fish balls and dim sum, that all sounds really good. Okay, I kind of like missed the... Okay, we've been listening to the same two songs as I've been so distracted. How much should a gyro cost? Wow. A euro in Greece costs nothing. I mean, like, maybe $3 at the most in the city. And depending on where you are, it gets more or less expensive. But it's like that. It's like in Greece, it's anywhere from 2 to 3 euros. And anywhere else in Europe, it's 4 to 5 to 6 euros. And depending where you are. But it should never be more than like 7. For 7 euros, you can get like a lamb gyro with feta and like all the sides and huge, you know. I wouldn't know when I paid 7 the last time. Probably never did. 3 to 6. You know, 3 would be really cheap, and 6 would be like, phew. Polly, I will have a look at it, okay? Send it to me through our WeTransfer, and I'll have a look and see how well it works. The local kebab restaurant sells them for 30 Hong Kong dollars, which is $3.18. That depends how big it is, beer, and how much is in it, you know. I've had $3 gyro, and it was like, you know, like in Greece, like full. And I had it with like just some bread with stuff, you know. You're skinny, yeah, good.
Sitting next to you feels so empty.
Okay, I have to pay attention a bit.
Like your eyes stare right through when we're drinking. I just wanna be alone.
Okay, that was that guy.
Like we did.
So I'm a big fan of street food. Okay, it's not without merit, but too simple. And the real gyro is only made with lamb, by the way. No other meat, only lamb. And nowadays they're making it with like chicken and turkey and pork and beef and all that stuff, you know? Yeah. Yeah. But lamb is like one of... you have to understand, Greece is very hot. So the typical animals they have in Greece are lamb and goat. They have traditionally no cows and no pigs. And very little chickens. So traditional gyro is with lamb. Because in Greece there are no cows and there are no pigs. Because there is no green grass. These animals cannot survive in Greece, other than in very special regions. But in most parts of Greece, these animals cannot exist. So there is no chicken gyro or something like that, you know, that would be original. I understand that people don't want to eat lamb, but they want to have like meat in a bread that looks like a gyro. But gyro is lamb in pita, essentially. And then some vegetables on it and maybe a little bit of sauce. And then, of course, there's special recipes like Saloniki gyro, which the kids introduced there, which is with French fries and ketchup. Okay, happy holidays, Polly. The first and only... Beer Belly says the first and only time I had lamb was for an event I ate at a Western restaurant. It pretended to be way fancier than it actually was. Tastes great, but it's not worth 5 times the cost of beef. Well, in Greece, beef is 5 times the price of lamb. Lamb in Greece is the cheapest meat. That's why they sell it on the streets. Because it is like 95% of what they produce. So when you go to Greece and you say, I want to have lamb, this or that, it's not expensive. It's like the cheapest meat. And so when people ask, why the lamb, it's so expensive, I'm like, yeah, here, that's kind of like you go to to Canada and salmon is like really cheap. Yeah, because they're catching it right there. And here in Europe, salmon is like really, really expensive. But in Canada, where they're catching it, it would be cheap. And the same thing is with lamb. It's when you go to Greece and you say you want a gyro with beef, they're gonna look at it really, really funny, think you're a total snob and a real idiot and a total foreigner, and they'll probably make it for you, and it will cost like 5 times as much as a normal gyro. But it's not because they're mean or anything. It's because lamb is just very cheap in Greece. Don't like the vocals on this one.
Yo, listen. I'm cooking slow, watch this sizzle. Riding high like Miss Frizzle. Cocaine on a thick nipple. Try to leave early, catch dismissal. I missed missing you. Try to talk, but it's difficult. This isn't proof you're mad. Telling that.
Alrighty, that was that. Okay, I think we got through. We got through the first round of Record Label Boss. Ooh! Alright, everybody. Let's get ready for the second round. Time to wake up and time to vote on our 4 candidates on the Weird Wednesday. Yeah, Weird Wednesday always lives up to its name. I mean, the submissions today have been like, let's say, interesting. Ja.
Ho, ho, ho.
Merry Christmas!
All right. And the first candidate that we have is Ticket to Mars, Freedom over dollar signs. Right, let's hear it. And I'm guessing there's not a lot of sheep in... But there's got to be regions in China where there's lots of sheep. I mean, I cannot imagine that there wouldn't be. Yeah, that's what I thought. It needs to be like the steppe, like very... like a place with not a lot of grass or vegetation, like Greece, In Greece, everything is freaking brown. It's not really green, And a cow or a pig couldn't live there. Yeah, wasteland, that's perfect. Sheep and goats, they love wasteland. It's insane. You'll see them eat like the scraggiest bushes and the most waterless things that you can possibly imagine. These animals are incredibly hardy. I mean, they can survive anywhere, That's why the Greeks have them. So I would assume that the food of northern China in the steppe country would be really different than the one of South China near the sea or something, And we're listening to Ticket to Mars. See, now I'm getting some first-hand information on Chinese food. That's great. Yeah, for sure. A lot of pickled vegetables eaten there. Oh, really? You know what the Greeks do? They make oiled vegetables. They don't really pickle them. They put them in oil because they make so much olive oil. So they actually put the vegetables in oil. They stay good that way. And they put a lot of stuff in oil. Like they put cheese in olive oil. They put vegetable in olive oil. Fish in olive oil. Without pickling it before, without acid, you know. Sometimes a little bit of salt. But mostly just au naturel, you know. Because olive oil used to be so plentiful in Greece, because the olives grow really well there, you know. Again, a plant that grows where everything is like a wasteland. Yeah. Yes, it's for preserving the vegetables. So typically another Greek starter would be oiled vegetables, which are vegetables conserved in oil. Also something that's not very popular in Western Europe. And if you put that on for them, they're like, what is this? And I'm like, it's oiled vegetables. And yeah, you take the vegetable, you put it on your plate, and then you can maybe salt it a little bit, or put oregano on it, or something that you would like, and eat it with the bread. Very flavorful, tastes like you just harvested it. The oil, the salt, the oregano, the good fresh white bread. And people are like, well, it's not with vinegar, and it's so oily. Yeah, song was pretty solid, yeah. Probably gonna invite that guy. Cool song we liked. Send us an email to countrecords.com and we can have a chat. All the best and cheers. Yeah, this one's also okay. Yeah, so they preserve everything in oil. And that's something that the Austrians and other people from Central Europe aren't used to either, you know. So you can make an entire Greek meal only with stuff that typical Westerners don't like. So funny, you know? And they're like, you giving us the weird food, we know. And I'm like, nah, I'm giving you the food I'm eating every day when I'm in Greece. Ah, northern China preserves by pickling, southern China by salting. Didn't know you could use oil to, yeah. Oil essentially removes the air from it. That the vegetable has to be clean and washed so that not many bacteria are on it. Because the oil is not as powerful as the acid from vinegar. But what they did, and I saw this and I did it. My grandparents had a farm, and they have 50-liter barrels of oil that they make, plastic ones later. And they would just put everything in produce that they had and wanted to store in there. So they'll have like a huge head of feta cheese. Put the cheese in, put the pickles in, put everything else in, and then they would use from the barrel. Listen to it again. Use from the barrel the cheese, the vegetables, the oil. Just take out whatever you want. And that would be like a mobile food storage unit, you know? Barrel of oil. All you needed to make was white bread. So you'd make fresh white bread, and then you take some oil, some vegetables, and some cheese out of the barrel, and eat it. And you would have, you know, vegetables, cheese, oil, bread in like 2 minutes. And that is actually the quintessential worker food in Greece. Fresh white bread, olive oil, oiled vegetables, and feta cheese. And Beer says, I think the Hong Kong equivalent will be something like congee with preserved vegetables. Congee is basically rice gruel. What's rice gruel? My English doesn't go that far. Porridge. Oh. Rice porridge. I never had that. Well, it's not anything special. Watery rice. Yeah. Yeah, but worker food is never special. Thickened with cornstarch, yeah. So that would be your carbohydrates with which the Greeks make with bread, white bread. And then for the Greeks, the protein would be the feta cheese. And then the oil and the vegetables, you know, would be the vegetables and a little bit of energy from the oil again. And then, of course, if they could, they would drink a little bit of wine with it. Or take a shot or something. And, of course, water. So many people always ask me, what do the Greeks drink with their food? And I say water. And I'm like, and they're like, yeah, no, what do they drink like with their food? And I say water. And you know, people are like, yeah, what did the Greeks drink? And I'm like, the Greeks drink water with their food. They drink wine afterwards, or a shot. But when they eat, they drink water. They don't drink beer, no, they drink water. Because people are always like, yeah, I want to have this real Greek drink. I'm like, drink water. Tea, yeah. I don't know, I've never been such a huge tea person. I like coffee, but tea? Then again, I haven't had like original tea from the regions where it grows and well made, etc. The tea here isn't very good. And is that hot tea or cold tea? What is that? Hot tea. Oh. But how do you hydrate when you sweat? You can't be drinking hot tea. How are you gonna drink like a liter of water when it's hot? Hey, arbitrator!
Ho, ho, ho.
See? Soundboard. Okay, I'm gonna say okay to this guy. Cool song. Oh my God, come on.
Standing face to face, just the two of us, locked in your embrace. Now I got it bad, but you got something good. Won't you
Wrong
hold
button.
me good in every way?
8 out of 10. Okay, Anna.
I can feel your passion and you love it overflow. I will give to you the love you seek and more.
Okay, next one. We got some kind of like generic EDM that is not so bad today. Actually, quite a few more generic EDM things that were okay. Yeah, so one day I'm gonna go to China. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be lots of eating. And I had a friend who went to Bali. He was very impressed.
The days have been brighter.
Avio Claus wears a purple suit. Yeah. that was the color he came in. I didn't specifically make him purple.
I'm playing with fire. I'm getting so close. Got so much desire. So I am never letting go. Go, 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 go.
Eh. Cheesy melody. Oh, I can give him a look, huh? Yeah, so I kind of like ran out of beer, by the way. I think it was Tri-Field Repeat that they redeemed the beer stuff.
Days have been brighter. I felt less alone. But I am a fighter. So I am never letting go.
But there is something about this song.
I'm playing with fire.
I'm pretty sure he's not singing that himself, and
Getting so close.
but I'll give it an ups. I'll give it a thumbs up. Yeah, why not? It's Christmas. Cool song we liked. Why not? A lot of young artists. Okay, last one. Yeah, a lot of young artists still play this game to where they're like, yeah, I'm gonna release one song with you, I'm gonna release one song with the other label, I'm gonna release one song there, and then they have like songs with 10 labels, and I really don't do that because it's useless, because they think that by spreading their songs among labels, they have a higher chance of becoming successful, but really what they're doing is essentially making every label not promote them, because nobody promotes just a single, you know. They'll put like $100 in it in promo, but unless you have the artist signed, you're never gonna really promo them, because all that money will be lost to you. So last one for today is Ravine.
Sitting next to you feels so empty. Feels like your eyes stare right through me.
And then we're almost done with the Christmas stream. Was it very Christmassy for you guys? We didn't talk about many Christmas topics today, did we? It was mostly about food, because I started the conversation about food. I'm horrible like that. I fully had intended to make it like a Christmas stream, But I don't know how many people want to talk about Christmas. Maybe if you're interested in religion, you know. Like which year was Jesus actually born? Was Jesus Mary's first child? And, you know, what year was it? What date was it when he was born? There's many interesting questions that are actually answerable. Yeah, you would need to get ready to deliver decent efforts to all the music artists. I should make like one day, you know, when we have lots of money, we're gonna give everybody like a decent effort, a golden decent effort keychain. Nah, that money is better spent somewhere else. But it's a difficult Christmas for many of my artists. It's a sad Christmas because one of my artists died just a few days ago from COVID. Some of my artists got evicted and some of my artists don't have enough money to buy food. And we're helping them as good as we can, but it's not a very happy Christmas. This one, not particularly happy. Decent effort award show, yeah. Decent effort is gonna be a brand on its own, you know. Decent effort record label boss. I think in 21 I'm gonna develop more on these brands because they're fun. They reflect what people like. Yeah, song is good. And as entertainers, you ultimately have to do what people like, you know. And so I'm really happy, by the way, that you guys are interested in this show and have been interested in this show and are with me almost every other day, you know? I think that's totally amazing. I never thought that I would achieve that. That's actually crazy, you know, to have your own show. And we, by the way, have registered this show with the U.S. Copyright and Patent Office, or what is it called, and with the Writers Guild. So Record Label Boss is now a copyrighted and registered show with the Writers Guild as a TV script, and with the copyright agency as a copyrighted TV concept. That developed from me starting to film myself on Reddit. And that was a crazy journey, but that journey started, I think, in August. Yes, Arbitrator, that is great. Never thought I'd be spending days watching an Austrian rating demos. Yeah, because, you know, it's insane how many shows we've made. Because 3 a week, that's a lot of shows. I don't even know which show I'm now on. And Beer says, yeah, up. And that was amazing to me, you know, that so many people would want to partake in what I do every day. Actually, yeah, we need to keep account of the shows. Yeah, like start with numbering them, like 1, 2, 3 or something, you know. I don't even know where number 1 was. I didn't record it, you know. I did a lot of shows that were live casts on Reddit that I never recorded or saved or anything, you know. That were just, I turned the phone on and that was it, you know. And I think I started really like organizedly making a show when I came to Twitch and started streaming on Twitch. From then on, it was an actual show, you know. Or it tried to be, you know. Try to get as many improvements done as I could. And I found, and then, you know, the revelation that I find out that I'm probably the world's number 1 reviewer of independent music for record label signing consideration. And that was, I don't know, that was like a week ago when I realized that. And then it was like, wow, you know, it's just like, wow. I don't know how to make that claim, or if I need to go to the Guinness Book of Records. But I don't think there's many people, like persons, natural persons, that review as many songs professionally with feedback and with a transparent system every year as I do. Yeah, I was thinking about that, Arbitrator. Because I looked it up and I know which labels are bigger than me. But all the ones that are much bigger than me, of course, they don't review demos, like, at all. You can send them stuff, but they're like, throw it in the bin. So the question is, who actually does review the stuff that you send them? And there's this place between the big labels that don't really review the music and the very small labels that don't get sent this much music. And in the middle is me, who gets sent a whole lot of music and actually does review it. And so this mid-size label that we are actually is structurally the premier reviewer of independent music. And, you know, that blew my mind. Even if I'm the 5th or the 4th, which I don't think I am, it's still amazing, you know? Because when I started in 2017, all I had was a vision and nothing else, literally nothing else. No idea about the music industry, no connections, no artists, nothing. And to, you know, I think the big thing for me was the first #1 hit that we had. That really made a difference in my self-perception of if we can be successful or not. And then this show, you know, having so much resonance, and of course the incredible bam, bam, bam hard work, reviewing, finding these artists and signing them and everything. That was something. Arbitrator says the fact that you get enough demos every week to stream 3 times a week is an accomplishment. Yeah, because you really see the stuff, and I don't even review everything I get. We can't forget your very own subreddit. Yeah, that was I mean, Lord is making some great memes. And I was able to build a community, which I never been able to do with my music. Because nobody was interested enough in my music, you know? Or I couldn't get it out there. But with this, I was able to build an actual community with people that talk with me. And that give me encouragement, that critique music with me, that, you know, are like people to where if they come to Austria, I will say, yeah, come to my house and we will drink beer and do barbecue, you know. At a certain point, I won't be able to say that anymore, I think. But how it is now, I definitely can. And that was wonderful. That was actually wonderful. So this year, my biggest success probably was digital content, and more specifically, you know, everything that we did in and around digital content. But for me personally, it was certainly this show, you know. And it doesn't have a huge following or a huge subscription base or anything like that, but it's still in the top 3% of Twitch. And when I saw that, I was like, how the fuck is it that me with like 100 followers and 10 people on the channel, I'm in the top 3% of the Twitch streamers? And then I realized that 97% of the people on Twitch essentially streaming to themselves. Yeah, oh my god. We're gonna, you know what would be really great? We'll make a party and we'll film it, and then, you know, we'll make a show about it. You two can party like a record label boss. And the show's gonna be called Record Label Boss The Party. Oh man. I'll just install webcams everywhere and it'll be like Big Brother. A little bit creepy. It's just insane. All right, let's just okay, cool song we liked. Send us an email, and that's the last review I'm doing for this year. ANR and we are the best, and cheers. All right. And from now on, 7 days, no reviews. So that'll be the first 7 days of no reviews for me in a very long time. And not sitting down every day, you know, listening to boom, the year is over. That's real, dude. It is. The next show. Hold on, when is that? Because I'm not doing this Friday. I also want to tell you guys that because that's the 25th. It's going to be Christmas and everything. But the next show is scheduled to be on the 28th. And I think I'll turn submissions back on maybe on Saturday or Friday or something. But we'll see how it is, you know. Gotta clean all the musical gunk that's accumulated in the years over the last month. Yeah, our mates is sending us a Christmas tree. That's very nice. Yeah, so I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but probably I'm gonna take this Friday. By the way, guys, there's no show because it's Christmas. So I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4 days off. And then I'll do a show on Monday the 28th. Ooh. A cheer. Beer Belly Bird cheered 100. Thanks, Beer. Thank you. Oh, look at all these icons. I get cheers so seldomly that I don't even know what it looks like. Thanks for the bits, my friend. And then, of course, the first... Ooh, the first is also a Friday, but I can't make a show on the first. So I think I'll go... no, the 30th, yeah, because the 31st is Sylvester. And the first... maybe I'll do the first, I don't know. But I'll promise to do Monday the 28th, unless Getano beats me. And then on Monday, next Monday, if you want to be on the stream on the 28th, after you had Christmas, we can talk about which stream is going to be the next stream. So, I could say I literally only skipped one stream, which is the 25th. Because Wednesday is the 30th and Friday is the 1st. So I could do it. So yeah, that was an interesting year. In recap, you know, I never thought it would be like this, and I have to say, Banana Hammock says, "What's going on here? What's the show about?" Oh, hold on. Let me play the intro for Banana Hammock. Okay, one more time this year. Hi, my name is Avio. Every year I get 6,000 demo submissions from artists all around the world for record label signing consideration. Every other day I review 30 to 60 of them right here on Record Label Boss. If you want to support your favorite artist in getting a recording deal, or if you want to find out what makes or breaks a demo, or if you just want to hang out, have fun, and talk about the music industry, you are very welcome to join us right here on Record Label Boss, and I'll see you on the next show. Yeah, that was the intro. That was the intro, my man. And I made this intro specifically because people were always asking me, what's going on this show? What is this show about, you know? And it's been an incredible journey. So today I want to say thank you to... Where am I gonna get this list? Who's up here? Yarmates, Silly Gnome 225, Joint Effort, Eti37459. And if any of you are bots, don't feel yourself complimented. Get to know Beer Belly Bird, Arbitrator, and many other people that are in channels all over the world. Listening to yours truly. Oops, that is not our music. Oh, meow, meow, meow. We have to make sure that we only play our music, you know. Otherwise, we will be stricken. We will be stricken with the copyright. Okay, let's go here. Let's go here. So if you have any more questions, please let me know. Other than that, I would like to wish you a very Merry Christmas. Conduct your Christmas in the way that artists conduct their Christmas, thinking about the beautiful things in the world and the truth in the world. Because both of these things matter. Beauty and truth does matter. Many times, the media, politics, and other things make us believe that neither beauty nor truth does matter. But it does. And as artists and as people who like artists and review artists, to you, beauty and truth should matter. And this is what we as artists should stand for. We have an obligation to do something positive with the amount of people that we're reaching. People listen to us, and so we need to speak. And yeah, of course, compassion helps. And Beer Belly Bird says a tempting offer, but I'm gonna have to decline and think about what my GPA is gonna be for this semester. Yes, of course. If you're in school, finish it. A good education is like super important. I had one, and I'm in the fortunate situation that me and my wonderful wife, we have lots of degrees between us. I only have 3. She has 4. But I'm doing my PhD, and that will be my 4th degree, so I can catch up with her. So there's a lot more to success in business and in music than what most people think. But I hope that your Christmas is gonna be good, and I hope that you can catch and capture the spirit of Christmas, which is not a materialistic one. Christmas is supposed to be about inner values, and I think everybody, no matter what religion they have, can relate to inner values. I know that officially it's the celebration of the birth of Jesus, but in reality what it is a time to reflect on the values outside of the obvious and the materialistic. We do give presents to children, not because we want to spend a lot of money on the kids, but because we want to make them happy. And Christmas is also about happiness. And for a lot of artists, happiness is a real problem. A lot of artists are suffering from monetary problems, from depression, from drug problems, and many other things that a lot of people don't know are very common in the artistic world, because being an artist can be incredibly demanding mentally, because you have to deal with people and you have to deal with rejection a lot, and you go from everybody telling you you ain't worth a shit to people cheering at you for every little thing that you do. And both things are not very healthy to the psyche. So musicians are and artists are in a very special place that requires a lot of mental fortitude and the right values. And it's important to have all of these. And with that, I would like to wish you a Merry Christmas. I would like to thank you for being on Record Label Boss for its first season/year, for being the founding members of Record Label Boss, for enabling a show that eventually got copyrighted and registered as a TV script, and for helping me not feel bored while I'm reviewing so many songs every day. Because that's really what it was, you know. The insanity of reviewing 60 difficult songs is just, it's mentally, it's hard. Thank you, Arby, and thank you, Beer. A well-deserved break. I'll see you in a little bit. I'll inform you. Cheers, Frohes Fest. Thanks. I'll inform you when it's going to be the next show. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, a few days. I don't know how long. I'm going to enjoy it with my family. It's going to be great. I wish the same for you. Merry Christmas. Have a nice celebration. If you're not Christian, still do the same. Reflect and have a good time. Eat something. Have a good time with your family. Thank you so much for enabling this show and for being here with me since August. And I'll see you soon, probably on Monday. I love you all. And this is Avio saying goodnight. And Merry Christmas.